object of TaxiChronicles is to allow real riders with real stories share their experience and enhance your life. So sit back and enjoy the journey. Morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another lovely rider. Today we have the Lady of Wisdom here, and her name literally means wisdom. I won't pronounce it, so I don't want to butcher it. All right, let me have a go. Ewine. Okay, sounds a bit Chinese, but it's not. She's a Nigerian sister, and she's got her own podcast YouTube channel where she talks from there, and she's starting her own podcast amongst other things. And we're just going to have a chit chat about that. And she's got a beautiful smile, by the way.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here today.
Thank you.
So tell us, how did you get started talking on YouTube?
I went through a very life-changing experience. I went through a broken engagement recently, and I feel like I have learned a lot from that, and I just want a lot of people to learn from my experience. And I feel like there are a lot of things I saw and a lot of things I took for granted, not just in that relationship or in previous relationships. And it was hard. It was really hard. It took me, months and to get here. So I feel like I need to get through to someone. I need to help. I just need to help people going through dark phases.
We call it sharing the gift at TaxiChronicles.
Sorry?
We call it sharing the gift. So basically, your life experience, good or bad, is a blessing when you tell somebody else.
Yeah, it's true.
They can learn from your mistakes and your benefits.
Exactly.
That's why it's called sharing the gift.
Okay,
so tell us, what did you learn? What are some of the vital things you've learned?
I think for me, the first thing I learned is the fact that you're stronger than you think. You're stronger than you think you are, because I am like really emotional person. I am really, my family would say soft, and I never thought I'll be here after, because I thought that was my life. That was it. It's not just the usual. It was like wedding plan, everything happened, and last minute, things didn't work out. So I feel like, you're stronger than you think, and you can pull through anything. That's the one thing I learned. That's the first thing for me. And the second thing I think I would say is that it drove me closer to God. Yeah, I've always been a Christian, but I'm in a place now where I feel like I've grown more spiritually in terms of my relationship with God, and I have seen the importance, and I feel like I want others to know that as well. And I also want to help, especially women, to understand, to love themselves despite of relationships or being with a man, and to understand your self-worth first of all before getting into relationships or relating with other people. So understanding that you are a priority and you are loved by God. So, those are the two things I can think of off the top of my head. Mind you, I never planned for this interview.
No problem. It's all about sincerity and spontaneity. So, what I was going to ask you, would you say that your father is the person who teaches, or anybody's father is the person who teaches a young daughter about self-worth? And there's a reason behind why I asked you that.
I don't think fathers have the primary responsibility. I see why they can, be the daughter's first love. As they say, fathers are always the first boyfriends. That's what my mom would say. But that's not always the case, because you get single parents, you get, we know the way the world is going nowadays, and women are having kids by themselves, the fathers are not present. So ideally they could be, but I wouldn't say it's like a standard or it's 100%.
Yeah. Obviously we make things work with the cards we're dealt with in life.
Yeah.
But I only ask that question because I teach my 17-year-old daughter very important, her self-worth.
I mean, that's very good. That's
and I build her up and I explain all of the good and bad things that can happen in a relationship. So when things happen, she's more ready
prepared.
For it.
Yeah, I mean, that's really good. Not everyone has the opportunity to, experience that.
Where you're coming from.
Yeah, so I mean, if you get that, amazing. When I see people that have good relationships with their fathers, I really admire it, and that's what I want for my children. That's why I'm going to take my time before, I get back in the market. But yes is really good, but it's not always the case because fathers are not always present.
Okay, I have to ask, did you decide that you're going to leave him?
No, so it was a thing of, oh my God, I don't want to get married. I just realized after 5 years.
Is that what he said?
Yes. And after 5 years of, I put my life on hold. I took lesser pay so that he could do more because he ain't more financially. So I was sort of like a, baby lawyer, just doing less so I could have more time, right? Because he travels a lot. He has everything going for him, and he has his own business, and things were taking off, and he was making a lot of money. So I was sort of putting my ambition down so that he could fly, because I thought I'll be the woman.
Being a team player.
Yes.
But you know what happens in those situations a lot? When things start to go down wrong, then they come back and they realise that they made a mistake.
Oh, things are going down right now because they're having issues in the business and all of that is in the news. But
and you were that supportive measure.
Yes.
You see what I mean? And people don't realise that you're part of the team. And if you build, I always use rappers as example. Rappers, regardless of what people may say about them on a negative scale, they all marry their child heart sweetheart. And most of them are married today. So you look at the person Snoop's married, right? Dre's wife has gone off. But many of them, because they recognise that when I was nothing, they were there. So why do I get rid of them as I raise? That don't make sense.
Yeah.
In that respect.
Yeah. So yes, that was it. It was really life-changing and really eye-opening. I would never have thought in my wildest dream that I would be having this conversation today.
Does that make you less likely to do that again if you're in a new relationship, or would you?
No, I was talking to a friend the other day. She was like, oh my God, you're so strong. And I'm like, no, I'm not. She's like, you haven't given up on love after what you just went through. That's strength. And I was like, no. But then the way I say is, why would I let someone stop me from getting what I really want? Do you know what I mean? Because I look forward to doing that, but I'll just be more careful, if you know what I mean. Just
you read the writings on the wall.
Exactly. So now when I see the writings, I'm not going to be like, oh no, it doesn't mean that. I'll be like, okay, thank you, bye.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because it can be a situation where you can just say to the person, listen, if you're not sure, go away, and if when you are sure, you come back if I'm here. But you need to be an adult and make your own decision.
Yes. I'm not going to let my emotions, just get the best of me and make emotional decisions. I would have made more, I feel like maybe if it was someone else, they would have made more practical decisions in that, because they would have seen some signs, they would have seen some things, and they would have been like, you know what?
But we all see what we want to see, though.
Yeah. 100%.
So this podcast, this YouTube channel you do, is it your YouTube channel?
Yes.
What's it called?
It's called Courtney Osagie. So my name is Courtney as well. Yes, I'm Nigerian, so I have like 3 names.
Courtney.
Yeah, so it's COURTNEY _ my surname, which is OSAGIE.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just started it this year. Actually, I started 2-3 years ago, but I never, because he didn't like he didn't like the attention. So I that kind of discouraged me as well, because I didn't want to be out there.
So when you say he didn't like the attention, was he meant to do anything?
No, but just being with him. It's like, oh, you know, your wife is, you know.
But that's nothing. That's just like, well done. Yeah, she's doing what she does.
Yeah, for Nigerians, it's not like that. It's like, oh my God, your wife is out there.
Oh, okay. So was it not seen as a good thing?
It can't be a bad thing. It can't be a thing of, what's she trying to do? Why is she trying to? Women shouldn't do that. But I feel like for me, that might have been one of them in my subconscious. So I really held myself back. I mean, I put 2 videos out there 2-3 years ago, and that was it. But now I'm going to be there 4 times a week.
Are you going to be publishing 4 times a week?
Yes, that's
every other day, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Mondays, Wednesdays.
And how long the video is going to be?
Be about 12 minutes, 15 minutes. Good. Yeah, not too long.
Right.
Just obviously, I'm doing the Christian angle as well.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking out of, because that was what saved me when I went through it, basically.
What have you learned so far doing your podcast, your channel, that you wish you knew when you had started?
Quality. So when I started with my phone. This is the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and just one ring light in the living room. And when I watch these videos now, I cringe. I'm like, oh my God, why did I do this? And yeah, but now I got a camera, I got a setup in my room. I've got, like, you know, it's better. So I wish I started like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You can go all out with the spending.
Yeah, I did that. Now I've done that now, but I didn't do that before. My brother told me, he was like, if you really want to do this, you've been saying this for years, why not just go all out, you know? And I was like, no, you start the whole, you know, you start small. And then when I watch his videos, I think I did that today, and I was just like, oh my God, no, I shouldn't have done this. When I saw the videos I put out before, when I started this year, I was like, oh no, I should have waited. I should have listened to my brother. I should have just done it properly, you know. But when I was doing it, I thought, oh, this might be a waste. This might be a waste of money. But I mean, it's something I want to do. Why not go all out and see? You know, whatever happens.
At least you tried. Have you got many followers yet?
Not yet. It's still very.
They will come, but sometimes you have to take patience.
Yeah.
It's also how you market. So, what does the future hold for you?
Many good and beautiful things. I can't wait to see. I feel like this is all part of God's plan, and I feel like, you know, we were not supposed to be married in the first place. It was just me trying to force things. And, you know, now I see it, I'm happy that God took me out of it, and I can't wait to see what He has for me in the future. But I know that there's so many beautiful things in store for me, in terms of my purpose, in terms of my walk with God, in terms of a marriage. I'm just excited. I can't wait to see it.
Why do you think you tried to force a marriage?
It's funny you picked out that one. I didn't try to. It's not like I tried to force it, but I feel like I really wanted it to happen, and because of that, I sort of put a lot of things on hold, and I was hoping it will happen. This is it. So it's not like I physically tried to force it, like, you know.
Can I ask, what's your age?
No,
because there's a reason behind this.
Really? How old do I look?
Your voice sounds more mature, but you look like you're in your 20s.
Whoa, my voice sounds more mature. I need to work on that now. I just turned. It happened when I turned 30, literally on my 30th birthday.
Okay, so I was correct. You look like you're in your 20s, but your voice sounds. You've got experience. Your voice box always ages.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
like
the first time.
I look at women's fingers and usually guess their age. Fingers always age on women for some reason.
Oh wow! Because I want to look 22 forever, so that's not possible.
Okay.
What a shame.
No, the only reason I ask you is because when women hit their 30s, or especially mid-30s to 40s, they start to panic. And they think, oh, my friends are married. I need to get married, or I need to have children, I need to be settled. So that's why I was asking that question.
No. So it wasn't more of that for me. It was more of I thought this was a person. So
it can be that too.
We were together for 5 years.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to get married, I could have left at, 2 years earlier, run on to someone else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, I know what you mean. It used to be a thing for... Maybe it's still a thing. It used to be a thing for Nigerians, especially Nigerian women. It's like
a lot of cultures.
Yeah.
They'll do that now for nothing.
But I've never really been scared of that. Maybe when I was younger, that's the crazy thing. When I was like 22, I was like, oh my God. Then I got to 25, I was just like, you know what, when it happens, it happens.
Okay.
But then I was with someone that I thought, you know what, this was it, it's beautiful. It's going to happen with this person. So for me, I think it was more of that than the pressure of doing things before a certain age. So maybe that's there somewhere, but it's not like my main.
I have to ask, do you feel that you could have done something different and the marriage still gone on, or like comfort him, reassure him that there's no pressure, that he's all right, because he may have been just having a panic attack or a midlife crisis, depending on his age. I don't know.
Yes, we went through all of that. We went to therapy. There was a lot of pastors got involved, and he went for counseling, and so no, we did try to save it. Like, oh, is he, what's it called, hot or cold fit? So we thought it was all cold fit, and give him some time. We gave him enough time, and he asked for time actually. So
and with your culture, it's like family pressure.
It's like, what's this? Like,
well, I mean, families are involved.
Yeah, everyone's involved, because he already came
with
with his parents.
With the white English parents, white English culture, I should say, it's like just the two people involved.
Yes.
With the Nigerian culture, every man and his dog's involved.
Yeah, exactly.
So everyone's got to have something to say.
Exactly.
And got to be listened to.
Exactly. So everyone was like, what's going on? What's happening? Why are you taking time? This is so weird. Yeah, is that you want to get married or not? And he was like, oh, give me some time. And the pastors got involved. We spoke to pastors. We went to therapy.
It's going to be about marriage?
Not just about marriage, just about self-love, self-worth, healing. That's actually on my, what's it called? My banner, my YouTube banner. Okay. So it's literally healing, how I went through it, how... anyone going through a dark phase. So now I'm not just narrowing down to relationships.
Have you considered interviewing someone once a week and doing your own personal vlogs the other days?
I have, but the issue is I wouldn't have people, because everyone is such a touchy. Right. If
you're looking at your community, it may be touchy. But if you're looking outside your community, so what you do, you go on, let's say your YouTube channel or YouTube.
Yeah.
You see, like, let's say my cousin's site.
Yeah.
And you see who he's interviewed.
Yeah.
And you reach out to them.
Yeah. To be honest, that's what my sister was telling me. Yeah. My brother was telling me yesterday.
That's what you do. And then, especially if you've networked, if you've done an interview with them.
Yeah.
You're saying, listen, I went through this, blah, 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 and I'd like to talk to you too, and all those kind of things. And if they like you, and you say, have you got anybody else you recommend? Then you get an endorsement. Because they say, yeah, I'm going to send 5 people your way. And then every time you interview those people, you say, you got anybody else you want? And before you've got too many people, that's how it's done.
That's a good idea. I would definitely look into that. But I wanted to get to a place where I could be like a credible. I don't know what.
You will be though.
Yeah, I will.
Having those people on there endorse you.
Yeah,
it's like, who are you on your own? And you're somebody.
I am somebody.
But what I'm saying is, having those people legitimize who you are.
Yeah.
And then you have that session. So let's say you said 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But 2 of those days, let's say Monday and Friday, are interviews, and Wednesdays and Sundays, correct me if I'm wrong, are you doing your own personal 15-minute or 12-minute vlog. And it also makes life a lot easier workload.
That's definitely something I would take note of and look into doing.
So we're coming to the end of our journey. You've been a great guest.
Yeah, this has been interesting. Considering I just woke up thinking I'm gonna get my hair done.
Okay. All right. Well, you look beautiful as you are. Is there any last message you want to shout out, put out before I ask you remind people where they can find you?
I just say love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. No one else gonna do that for you. I prioritize yourself. Like, you matter, you're very important, and yeah, that's what I would say. Find God. That's very important. I know that I might be talking to some non-Christians, or I'm reaching out to everyone and I'm saying that God saved me and we really need to depend on Him. That's the only two messages I have.
Where can people find you?
Courtney Osagie on Instagram and Courtney Osagie on YouTube, and on TikTok Courtney Osagie, and on Twitter N2 COURTN_2.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for that.
Thank you.
And we wish you well. We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day, as well as vlogging on our social media channel. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.